Hello, GR507 Management Communication. This is David Marshall, and today is the 8th of January. Recording this just about 2 o'clock, coming up on the 2 o'clock hour. So this will be a video for part 2 of the lessons. Earlier, or last night, I sent a video going through the first section of the lesson section, but today I wanted to just go in depth, just to make sure you had a very clear understanding about how to adjudicate your assignments. So again, yesterday we went over the course overview, information about the research paper, and I'm so pleased to see that people are actually working. I can see 2 new posts for the CEO interview questions, which I will address hopefully today or tomorrow. Another post about the Jing, so congratulations on that. So now we're into the heart of the matter, the lesson. So again, just so that you will understand the process thoroughly, I think some of you have jumped in and are getting the hang of it, but I just wanted to make sure I had an opportunity to explain. So each week of the quarter, there will be a corresponding lesson, and your job is just to go into that lesson and then to see all the things that you're supposed to do for that week. So each week that's listed here, your best friends will be on the left side of the screen and the right side of the screen. So there should always be a topic. What are we trying to accomplish during this specific week? There should be some learning outcomes. What do we want you to have, or skills or knowledge base by the time the week has ended? Then it should say something about this week's activities. So if it's not listed here, you're not going to be responsible for it. And if you find that I've given you an assignment that's not listed either here or on this side, just let me know and I'll be happy to readjust. So you will always have a sense of what the readings are. So this week, about 30 pages of reading to be done before Sunday. And then PowerPoint slides to the right. So the review will always be generally PowerPoint or some special reading. Remember, when you go to the file section, don't open this one. Open the 2 little boxes so that you can get a good preview on your phone or tablet. Obviously, you could download, I think, the materials that are actually in the preview piece here. And so these are generally very helpful PowerPoints to help amplify the reading or some other assignment that you're responsible for in lesson 1. So don't just blow those off. Actually take an opportunity to take a look at those. Usually, well, I shouldn't say usually, every week you're going to have a quiz, and I think as you get further down the line, you might have 2 quizzes in 1 week. And so basically it'll give you some direction, some coaching on how to do well on the quizzes. So please be sure to read all of the coaching information. And then every week there is going to be a weekly discussion. And the directions and the rubrics are posted there. These links are very helpful to help amplify the material. Again, there might be a few gaps in the knowledge in the reading or the PowerPoint, and think of the links as the glue to help tie everything together. So it will be really helpful to you even as you prepare your paper and start to think about some of these communication themes, to read the links. And then of course there always will be links for you to view, to get different perspectives from multiple places across the web. And think about these videos as like a museum, and we are curating the best content that's specific to this area. And so my goal is, it really doesn't matter where it comes from, even if it's from another institution. The goal is to try to find the best information out there that I think would actually help do that, so you won't have to sift through and try to find it. All you have to do is sort of engage in it and see how you can apply it to your paper or to your interviews or to your discussions. So you should have lots of things to do for those areas. And of course, you click on and Populi will load the link for you. And I see the link loading here. And there you go. Okay. So that's the left side. The right side actually is the bread and butter and will tell you the specific things that you're supposed to do. So here is the quiz 1. You go in and click on it. It will tell you, so you won't see everybody else's assignments, obviously, but you'll see your name and it will give you the information on what you have to do. It'll tell you how many questions there are. It'll tell you how long you have for each of the questions, and it should generally give you when it's due. So looks like there are several of you who've already jumped in and started the quiz, even though it's not due until January the 17th, it looks like, to complete the quiz. So good for you there. And then the class discussions. So again, you will read the directions. I've tried to be as explicit as possible. And then when you go into the actual discussion, you will actually see the communication, and this would be the communication where you would respond to people. So it looks like you all are doing such a terrific job engaging in the discussions. It looks like one or two of you may not have actually started, so please be sure to do this. Remember, all of the discussion posts need to be done by Sunday. So let's go back to lesson 1. And then this assignment, again, is the Jing. So you will basically take all of the information or some of the information that you're doing in the class introductions and apply them in the Jing. So this is to give you practice so that you won't have to do two separate content pieces. Once you've created the content here, it should be easy just to place them in a PowerPoint and then apply them to the Jing. I would encourage you to take a look in your chapters in the book. I believe it might be chapters 5 or 6 that will tell you about how to make your PowerPoints stand out and sort of what professionalizes them versus not, and apply those concepts to the Jing. So just don't throw up a PowerPoint. Make sure that you're using some best practices from the book. And then, of course, all of the links that are here. And again, in this case, there is a PowerPoint to help you get through lesson 1. So that is the preview for lesson 1. And while I'm here, let's go to lesson 2 to give you a look ahead. The topic for next week is writing and composing efficiently. Here are the learning outcomes. You have reading of chapter 2 that takes you up to page 51. Again, some more PowerPoint slides, the weekly quiz, the links, and the viewing. Some of you may not know Lynda. Lynda is a company that has been acquired by LinkedIn. And it has been traditionally one of the leading professional self-training companies anywhere around. It's one of the best anywhere around. And these lessons sometimes are even given to employees for professional development. I'm not sure if they still do certificates. Sometimes HR managers will ask people to do several Lyndas, as they're called, to complete professional training. But these are really terrific. So you don't have to join. These are the free ones, but you can feel free to join. I think there is a fee for this. Not sure what the fee is. But it's a wealth of resources, especially for those of you who are in management positions and looking for quick tips to upgrade your skills. And so this would be, let's see how this works here.
Think of a message that was supposed to be communicated widely within your organization. It could be anything. A new phone system being installed, or a new process for requesting travel.
So you get the idea for the Lynda here. So, and then a couple of other pieces. So again, I've taken the time to sort of go and curate some of the best pieces to help you amplify. And again, you see the rhythm building. Quiz number 2, discussion number 2 here as well. There is one homework assignment that I'm going to post here as well that's not here. Look for that, check back with that. I'll send an email to alert you. So again, that would be sort of the preview of the lessons, and you just follow the lessons. So as long as you're doing what's in the lesson, you should not get lost. So just think about, again, when we go back to the lesson section, you have a long-term strategy for the course. You have these huge things that you have to get done by the end of the course. You're still going to have to work on them every week, but think about, what is your long-term strategy? Every week, what part of the research paper are you going to do? When are you going to get the CEO interview done? I can tell you, if you have not done the CEO interview by week 4, you are probably getting into trouble. So get that interview done, and then you have almost all the materials you need. Save the scholarly literature to start working on your paper and get the paper perfected. So these are the long-term strategies, and again, the short-term in terms of your planning. So I am very pleased to report that there have been at least 2 of you who have come to get a consultation on your research paper already. And in fact, let's go to the research paper. And I believe I made a post here. No, I'm sorry, I take that back. Not the research paper, the CEO interview. So already Patreon has selected the person for the interview for that project. That's Patrick Bodden from SEMA. So again, once a person has claimed a person and it's posted and approved, let me say that again, you should not be doing that person. Only one. There are probably about 300 professionals on the island who could do this. It makes no sense for all of us to be contacting the same people. So once they are approved, I will put them here. But anyway, I'm digressing. Long-term strategy, short-term strategy. The sooner you get these long-term things at least under your belt, the more successful your experience will be in the course. So again, thanks again to all the questions. I'm getting great questions. I think you all are off to a very good start. There are one or two of you. There are one or two of you rather. I'm still waiting to get some activity in, but again, get started right away. So that will take care of the lesson section. So I think you have a good idea. We talked a little bit about discussions, but I'm still going to post something just in case there is something that needs some clarity. I'll talk a little bit about the test. There have been some questions about the test, especially those wretched questions where you have to move stuff around. So maybe I should do a demonstration on that. And I think we should be pretty much in order. So that should wrap it up for the lessons video, and stay tuned for the discussions, tests, calendar, roster, gradebook, attendance, reporting, and the chat function.